Welcome to Pouches and More, and today we'll prepare this vinyl pouch. It's got a base of denim and this is how it looks. The upper part is made of vinyl, so the things that we have kept in can be seen clearly. The base is flat and there are no raw edges since we have binded them. There's ample space inside. This is how it looks. We have also put a binding along the zipper. The only thing that we have not done is we have not put a pull tab on the sides of the zipper. So putting a zipper tab pull tab would make it a bit more comfortable while opening and closing the zipper. So this is how it looks. Before we check out the materials, we need to make a paper pattern. So let's make the paper pattern for this pouch. We have taken a rectangular piece of paper measuring 8 1/4 by 11 1/2, and we have 4 folded them, that is lengthwise one fold and breadthwise one fold. Now we have folded it twice, and on the open side, this is the open side, we are going to make a marking of 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch and 1 inch. So sideways we are going to make it 1 inch, and standing we are going to make it 1 1/4 inch. So this is 1 1/4 inch that we will be making. Now from the upper part we are just going to slightly curve this. So this is the pattern. We are going to cut this now. Our pattern is ready. So the materials required are 1 piece of denim fused with interfacing and 1 piece of lining and 2 pieces of vinyl. We also require a zip and binding strip. So these are all the materials required. So first we'll attach the vinyl to the fabric. So the main fabric right side is facing up. We have kept the vinyl aligning the main fabric, and we'll now keep the lining material aligning the vinyl and main fabric, and we're just going to clip this. We need to make a straight stitch over here. So the vinyl is sandwiched in between the lining fabric and the main fabric, and a straight stitch. So I have made this stitch over here. Now we're just going to put the fabrics on one side and vinyl on one side, and we are going to flatten it. So we are going to flatten the seams. We need to make a top stitch. So we are just going to make a top stitch here. Our top stitch is done. Now for the other side, we are going to push the lining material away, and only on the main fabric we are going to place the vinyl sheet, and we'll have to make a stitch over here. So it's a simple straight stitch and it's only on the main fabric. We have changed the foot to a Teflon foot. So that is done. Now we need to make a top stitch over here. So before that, we're just going to put the seam towards the fabric. We'll just turn it over. Now we have put the seam towards the fabric, and now we are going to put the lining on this. Now we need to make a fold according to the main stitch, that is till the main stitch, that will be around 1/4 inches. We are going to fold the lining fabric inside. So it will be looking like this. We have folded around 1/4 inches inside. Now to keep them together, since we will be making the top stitch from the main fabric side, we need to keep the lining fabric and the main fabric together. So we'll use this double-sided tape. We'll stick the double-sided tape on the folded part like this. And we are going to remove the strip. Now on this folded part, that is on the tape, we are going to place the folded part of the lining fabric from the center, we'll be pressing it outwards by flattening it. So we'll do this on both the sides. Neatly flatten it. Now this is how it will be looking, and we need to make a top stitch on the main fabric side. So here we'll be making a top stitch. So top stitch is done. Now we'll need a center marking. So for that, we're just going to align the seams together and make a center marking. We'll be doing this on both the sides. So here we have one side, we have done it. We'll do that for the other side also. So align the stitch marks and make a center marking. Now this center marking on the fabric, will align it with the fold of our paper pattern. So this is the pattern that we just did. Now we are going to align the center fold of the paper pattern with the center of the fabric. We will have to trace the pattern on our prepared vinyl and fabric, what we just did. So neatly trace the entire curved part as well as the rectangular part in the center. On the vinyl we can trace it with the pen, but on the fabric we will be tracing it with our chalk, since it won't be visible if we mark it with our pen. Now we'll have to cut the fabric and the vinyl according to the pattern that we just traced. So this is the pattern, we're just going to cut it accordingly. So our pattern is cut on our fabric and vinyl sheet also. I will just make a stitch on the edge over here, that is to hold the fabrics together. So we have done a simple stitch on the edge. This binding strip, we'll have to fix it now on the curved part. So the right side is facing up and we are going to clip the binding, aligning the raw edges together. So the raw edges facing towards the raw edge of the vinyl. We are going to clip this entire binding strip like this along the edge. We have done that for one side, and the extra fabric is there. We'll be cutting that once we stitch this. We'll do the same for the other side also. So just align it from the side. The raw edges will be aligning on the outer curve and clip the whole binding fabric. So both the sides are done. We have just clipped it. Now this binding strip, we have folded it in half and we have aligned the raw edges on the outer curve. So now we are going to make a stitch all around on both the sides. So both sides we have stitched the binding, and on one side we have also turned it to the outer side. So we will be turning the other side also. So just turned it like this and finger press the seams. So we are going to finger press the seams all around. We have already done that for the other side. Now we will turn it over, and to complete the binding we just need to fold this. After turning it from the other side, we are just going to fold this like this and clip it. So from here we have turned it and folded it on this side, and we are going to clip it. This is for completing the binding. Now when we see it from the right side, the binding should not be seen. So we have to put it inside the edge so that it is not visible on the other side, and we are going to also make a stitch on the binding. So we won't be stitching on the vinyl, we will be stitching on the binding. So we will see that the binding is within the edge of the binding strip that is visible. We have finished one side clipping, and we are going to make a stitch on the binding strip in the edge part. So we will do same thing on the other side also. So this is done. This is how it will be looking. You can't see it from the other side. It's neat. We'll do the same thing now on this side also. And we're going to cut this extra. So we have completed the binding on both the sides, and we have also cut the extra fabric. Now we need to stitch the zip. For that the slider will be facing up, and we'll place it like this. Now even the zipper tape should not be visible from the other side, so we will be aligning it neatly along the binding strip that we just stitched. So we'll place it like this so that it's not visible on the other side, and we'll be doing that entirely on the curved part. This is how it should look. It should not be visible on the other side. So one side we have stitched the zip. Now for the other side, first we will be making a mark. So where we need to start attaching the binding strip and the other side. We'll just see whether it's okay. We'll be stitching it the other way around, so we'll just turn it over, and this is how we'll have to stitch it. So we'll align it with the mark that we just did and clip it. Again we have to see that the zipper tape just is not visible on the other side. So this is the mark, it is aligned, and we'll do that for the entire curved part on this side of the zipper tape also. So both sides we have stitched the zipper tape, and the zipper is done. Now to complete it, we need to turn it to the wrong side. So we're just going to turn it to the wrong side like this, and the raw edges we are going to flatten it. So we have got raw edges in the side. This is the raw edge. We're just going to flatten this and align both the raw edges. The zipper teeth will be right in the center, and we are going to flatten the whole part like this. We need to make a stitch on this. So as of now we are just going to flatten it and clip it. We'll do that for the other side also. Remember to pull the slider inside on both the sides. The slider has to be pulled inside before flattening it. Once the slider is pulled inside, we're just going to flatten it, and the zipper teeth will have to be right in the center. And we're going to align all the raw edges like this, both the raw edges like this, and clip it. So it will be a simple straight stitch that we'll have to be doing over here. Both sides will be making a straight stitch. We'll also cut the extra zip. So the stitch is done. We'll cut the extra zip now. So zip is also done. Now to hide these raw edges, we'll have to bind them. This is leftover binding from the curve. So on the curve what we did binding, this is the leftover. So it will be around 3.5 inches, and we're just going to place it like this on the raw edge. This is to cover the raw side edges. We'll have to make a straight stitch. So we're just going to align the raw edges like this and clip them. So both these parts will be making a straight stitch. So we have finished stitching. We have also cut the extra from the sides. Now to complete the binding, we are just going to turn it like this. Again, hand press the seams, finger press the seams. Fold it from the side first like this, and then double fold. One fold and two fold. And we are going to clip this. So same thing we'll be doing, side first fold it inside, then one fold and two fold. So the entire binding strip will be folding it twice, and we are going to clip the entire binding strip and make a stitch on this. We'll do the same thing for this side also. So first we're just going to finger press the seam to the other side, fold it from the side, and then two fold and clip this. Same thing, first fold it from the side, then two fold and clip it. We'll put a clip right in the center also, and we need to make a straight stitch over here. So both these parts we're just going to make a straight stitch. So binding is complete. Now we'll just turn the pouch to the right side. Remember to push out the corners neatly. That is how it will be getting the flat base. So once we turn it to the other side, we'll push the corners neatly, and our pouch will be completely ready and done. So this is how the pouch will be looking. It's completely ready and done. This is the binding that we just did. So there are no raw edges, and it looks neat from outside also. Since we have also taken care to see that the binding as well as the zip is not visible beyond the binding that we put. This is how it looks, and it's simple to make. Please to try this. Thanks for watching. Bye.